Welcome everyone to Salty Chillers Entertainment. Yes, I understand this is a day late, but stuff is picking up in my life, so this stream may become a little more chaotic. But hopefully, we get another solid day nailed down of when I'll be streaming Ghost. And we also would like to apologize about Monday's night stream, about the sun,
Actually, both
well,
Sunday and Monday.
Sunday and Monday because of the our Wi-Fi was acting up, and on Monday with it crashing.
Is that a blue arriving on the scene?
Yeah, sorry I was late.
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the just barely starting live.
I hope that we are live, and that actually notification got pushed. Good,
It
good,
just now came up, so we are indeed live.
good. Alright, well, time to pick off where we left off at.
So, Rich, are we doing a slightly salty run tonight?
What's
Oh.
going on, Hitake? I've never actually said your name myself. Yes, you have returned. What's going on, man?
Oh, rolling the dice and all that fun jazz? Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, let me. Hold on. Where's my watch? Let me get my timer out.
I think this is like one of the longest loading screens there is when you first load into the game. Typically, I'm already loaded in the game. But tonight I
This is
decided.
true. That first loading screen is a little chunky.
But after that, it's very smooth
The other
sailing.
audio is very quiet, by the way. Direct message from Hitake. I'm going with Hitake, whatever. Direct message there. Are we
Who's
going
quiet is the
through?
better question.
Actually, I asked him how he was a minute ago, and I don't even know if he heard it. So, actually, hold on. Let me just turn up the stream volume myself and tell you exactly what's going on.
Let me.
I got my freaking watch on.
Trying to figure out how to actually turn up the volume right now. See if I can just click on the name.
It's very possible that the game itself is just a little bit too loud, because I think the last time we used this was for Risky Rain, but I'm not sure how the volume difference is.
I'm just trying to figure out how to turn up people's volume right offhand.
Hello? Testing my own audio. Hero, say something.
Here is currently AFK.
Oh, rip. Well, I am pretty low in the background. I mean, I have control over my own volume, so.
That is true.
Stream's actually keeping up really well tonight, too. Got about a 3-second delay.
1 second, I'm gonna lose the stream for us. We're gonna lose video for just a second. We are going to work on some stuff so we can make sure the audio from the game can be heard.
I'm sorry, he's gone. He was a great warrior.
Wait, Blue, are you still here?
An even better brother.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Testing.
What's your name? Norio.
I just unmute myself because I was turning on my PlayStation. I didn't want that to be picked up.
This is where they held us.
Okay, now who is being soft?
I promised it holds double that. Walk with me, Norio. I want to show you something.
Hello, this is
You
me
rode
normal
from
talking.
Teodama.
Wait, you mean you haven't been talking normal this
Push
entire
through those
time?
spheres, as were the
Okay,
heroes of
I'm pretty
Akashima.
quiet in the background, so.
I hear the pirate's nest of Umugi Cove still stands.
What if you just turn up your headset? That might do it.
My headset is turned up all the way.
Oh! So it's down to Discord then.
Yep.
Oh.
I gotta get to the front gate.
I am live listening back. Definitely turn up Blue.
Yeah.
And probably Hero.
There we go. Now we can start hearing the game audio, and everything's actually coming in a lot better.
Let's stop here.
Hello.
There must be
Hello.
thousands of invaders. Now that
Okay, cool. Actually, I mean, you have pretty equal audio
can lead
levels.
us to victory.
That's
Hello.
good. That's good.
Never mind, turn me down.
Turn Spartan down.
20%.
20% he's claiming. He wants to be at 20%.
No, 20% down from where I'm at. Hey, now. I can just scream.
All the months you died,
Question is how loud should we make blue?
but I will fight for peace.
Blue?
That's up to y'all.
He's perfect.
He's perfect. He's perfect. Cool, cool.
Little do y'all know I have control over my own audio. Oh yeah, audio quality does sound pretty good now. We just need Hero to come back, see how loud he is.
Yes, we do need Hero to return.
Support our healers.
But currently there is music happening in the background where he's at, so we don't want to turn on his mic to pick up all the mournful background audio.
Rip.
Even though Fix You by Coldplay is a nice song.
Just got the whole stream taken down. Is that Coldplay in the background? That's pretty cold of you to play that.
One second. Alright, so it is time to take a very long trek.
Duel.
Wrong game, sorry.
Close enough.
It's time to take a very long trek up north.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start my 5-minute timer for our first slightly salted nightmare dice roll.
That's good. Yep. How you doing, Sora? You ready?
Which, I actually don't know anything about the dice rolls, so how's that work?
Spartan, how about you explain it since you're the one who's doing the roll of the dice.
Yeah. Also to the music, good to have you. Yes. Tech guys are always in the background, making everything go better. So, Slightly Salted Nightmare is I can't really claim it as my own creation because I'm kind of just ripping it off from other tubers. Basically, every 5 minutes, I'm going to roll some dice, and whatever I roll, I'll call it out. I'll call out a set amount of time based on how many are actually rolled in seconds and all that. And Rich has to do exactly what I rolled. I almost said Hero.
Yeah, because it was Fox then. Hey, Fox.
Yeah, so let me grab my list of things here. Where's my big list? Go away for a second. Page. Okay, so our list follows.
Hero's back.
Our list is nice. Hey, there's the hero of time.
Yes. Hero of time. Here. I'm hoping that my audio is good. It'll let me know if we need to adjust my audio.
Oh, hey, let me just unmute the stream.
Yes. So, as he was talking about, me and Spartan, we discussed this, and we thought it would be awesome to do this. And that just to keep things engaging, not just from, yes, our conversations are great, but also for the person playing, because sometimes what happens is going to be hilarious. And that, so yeah, so Spartan, you've already made your first roll, right?
No, I just started the timer.
Oh, yes, okay. So, you were going through the list, right?
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I was about to post the list down in the chat.
Posting list will be a bit difficult since, well,
So obviously some of the items, depending on what you get, we may have to re-roll it. Is because some games it's not very applicable to others.
enemies are nearby, but where? Keep going.
And so, for instance, in some games playing, trashing an item in the inventory, in some games that's not possible. So that may have to be a re-roll. Kingdom Hearts, it's completely possible. I don't think it's possible in Ghost of Tsushima.
I pause it just like a sticky bomb, or arrow, something along that line.
But as far as taking it from your inventory and throwing it away, totally different story.
That is true. Alright, let's keep
Don't mind
going.
me being quiet. I'm trying to get this posted in chat effectively.
Yes, like I said, it's just due to how long the message is. It's not the easiest to post in chat.
I'm gonna nail this. Watch me.
Or maybe you'll watch this.
Oh, that's just a ball. Okay, cool.
No! Oh, I forgot the enter button doesn't actually work for this.
So yeah, so if you as the viewer you want to be part of this, we just ask that you just make a donation through our PayPal. It can be
That's
as much or as little as you want. You can do, you know,
25
half a dollar,
25
or
cents.
$1,
A
something
nickel,
like
a
that.
penny.
You know, just that way you get the opportunity. And when you donate, you have to donate as person donating. It will happen at any time. Like you can completely mess up what's going on. Now we do have a couple things in place. For instance, whenever the streamer enters into a boss fight, we have a role that takes place pre-boss fight that will affect how the beginning sequence of the boss fight will go. In my Kingdom Hearts stream that happened, I went into the boss fight with Mulan, and I had to be not totally frozen, but I had to freeze and couldn't move forward or anything like that for the first 35 seconds of the fight.
Yeah, and it was a solid 35.
That's not moving in this game for 35 seconds. It's practically death.
Well, glad you said that because as our first roll commences right now, we are looking at freeze for
Oh, that's terrible.
33 seconds. It's actually standstill. It's not freeze, so you can parry and block and stuff like that.
Can you shoot a bow and arrow?
Yes. So with standstill, the only thing you're not allowed to do is physically move your feet. You can take a picture. You can do whatever you want. Freeze, you cannot do anything.
I quickly take a picture so I don't have to make the next thumbnail.
Just let me know when the
I know
time's
we
up.
gotta figure out what our next game's gonna be for multiplayer Monday.
You're good.
Because if we're planning on doing another Risk of Rain, then that's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah, no, Risk of Rain. We need a fifth person for the Risk of Rain if we do that, and they have to be the one rolling. And I believe we're gonna roll. If we do Risk of Rain, we're gonna roll for augments, changing up the game for better or for worse.
Oh yeah.
And then we're going to roll every 5 minutes for whatever happens.
It's gonna be hectic.
It's gonna be great.
Oh, it's gonna be a nightmare. But it'll probably be a lot of fun though.
And what's also gonna make it interesting as well, since there's with multiplayer Monday, depending on how many of us are actually playing, we each are going to get an individual role.
Ooh, that would be very time consuming.
That's why the fifth person will be rolling.
That's the fifth person's there because what they can do, they can roll pre-5 minutes. When the 5 minute happens, everything's already there on docket.
The only downside to that is we're not watching everybody else play. So if you roll several different rolls, and at that point, you're only watching what happens to per se hero. Okay.
Fair enough.
You might walk past somebody in a freeze, but you're never going to actually see what's going on. So probably just one dice roll for the whole group.
I'm also thinking just, the reason why I'm suggesting 4 different roles is to have the chaos. So if one of us gets freeze and the other one has to yeet yourself off the cliff, and one gets like, oh, you have to go die now, it can really mess with the with the group and everything else.
You're coming in like a robot right there.
Blue, we got a little bit of a robot going on.
We got Robo Blue.
Robo Blue, guys, look out, Robo Blue.
This is gonna be a very long ride.
Oh yeah, no, Blue is behind me in the United States, so he's currently being hit with the very tail end of that tropical storm.
Yes, that's right, and East Coast is scheduled to get hit by that Saturday morning.
Yeah, work Kentucky's scheduled for about 1 p.m. tomorrow, so hopefully it just rains all night long, because I would love that.
Yeah.
Not that I'll be sleeping at all, because I was up all last night playing God Eat It Free.
Oh boy. You eating gods?
Yeah, no, me and Red spent all night long. It was like 8 a.m. before we went, should we go to bed? And we went, yeah.
Rich, you have failed.
And I didn't have to roll for that failure.
So one thing I did work on, we should be more closer to real time of what's happening, where it's
I noticed
more,
that.
where it's closer to 7 seconds, 10 seconds versus at like
15.
it's a shorter window, because in the YouTube setting I discovered this, you can create a low latency where it's as close to real time as possible.
Oh, well, they must have added that a little more recently than when I did any streaming.
Who needs sleep? Sleep is just a thing. Blue, we cannot understand a word you're saying.
No, you're like.
We are hearing through and through.
We love you, bro. But right now.
Just due to what's going on.
Oh, he go.
Don't worry, he'll be back.
I
Does he
assume
want snacks?
he'll either be back or his internet may have crashed. I know he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to join earlier because they had a power outage.
Yeah, so we may not get Blue back, and if so, that's the reason why.
You gotta love hurricanes.
I mean, for us, it's just a tropical storm at this point, so.
Yeah, because hurricanes, typhoons, depending where you're at in the world, we tend to forget sometimes that when they make landfall is where like their strength drops completely.
Yeah, it cuts into like half, I believe.
Though what makes the landfall most dangerous in that is the storm surge that happens when the hurricane typhoon.
Oh, yes.
Because that's what devastated the Gulf Coast with Katrina was the storm surge. And then Katrina just stalled over Mississippi. It's like, you are now home.
All right, Master Rich, your next dice roll is up.
Oh boy.
This time, you've got 26 seconds of all range combat, no melee combat.
No, since I think I'm next to a Mongol encampment, I hope I am, or some form of Mongols to fight. Where are you guys?
Yeah, did you find an empty camp?
I found an empty camp, I believe.
Well, so much for that range combat.
I know.
What we can do next time he's in combat, he's got to do it. Because I did that in my Kingdom Hearts stream, you know, where I had to talk to all NPCs in the next area that I was in. Since I couldn't do that immediately, I waited until I was in the room with all the cast from Beauty and the Beast.
This is legit an empty
camp. Them, where I then proceeded to do that role. So he may have to do that. Wait until he's in the next combat where it's only range for the 26 seconds.
Because with what I'm doing, I'm going to the furthest away main store there is right now. Because of me doing the only side quests in the game that I'm planning on doing.
Well, at this point, your all-range combat is well and over, so whenever you get to your next combat, either go with it then, or whatever you want to do.
I'll probably go with it then.
Yeah, so just due to open world games, some of our stuff we're going to have to put on the docket for when that combat occurs.
For how much I want to go and explore it now, I also want to get to this next story point.
So why I missed the part with why you're going to the one further over there in Omni Village than the one that you just passed.
Only range combat, let's go.
Begin timer. missed.
I need to mess with my father. And
Oh,
figure out
I'm dead.
again. Oh, you need to pay more attention to your surroundings there, good sir.
Well, I also ran out of normal arrows, so I pulled my longbow to use my
Oh,
heavy
Lord.
ammo in close range combat.
Don't forget.
Technically, shurikens would count.
Yes, but I wanted to use a bow.
I mean, fair play.
No, screw you guys. Just screw you. Are they dead yet? No. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. Thank you.
Daddy, are we there yet?
No,
Are you
I'm
dead?
sorry, we're not.
Thank you for your taxes, you straw hats. You thought you
Them
could do.
there hats of straw.
You thought you could leave me and serve someone else and evade my taxes. That was a no-go.
Yes, no, bows are for pros, Blue. I am an advocate of bow combat. I've been an advocate of bow combat since, like, I started playing Minecraft. That was when I really got into it. One of my favorite games to sit down and play is Shadows of Mordor and Shadows of War because, oh, their bow combat is so good.
Well, the thing is, though, I paid attention. I noted that the enemies were going to the left, so Rach was going to get flanked. He got caught up on the brute.
I hate brutes.
I love brutes.
He got since Rach was caught up on the brutes, he missed the enemies that went around the bamboo that got him.
True addicts of stealth right there.
Yeah, because I did note that those two enemies were going around the bamboo to flank him, but because of the brute and the brute to Rich was the immediate threat, he missed and didn't pay attention to. And as you mentioned, the longbow does have that longer draw time.
Yep, which screwed me over. And going back
to that damage output.
Yeah, the draw time and damage output, these are the stats we look at when we pick our guns in shooter games.
Reload time.
I am the sniper under all circumstances.
What's interesting in Destiny 2, they redid their weapon slot system, and they made it where if you wanted to, you can run 3 sniper rifles.
But why?
Because I can and I will.
Seems legit.
So your next dice roll is the fun one.
Okay, what is it?
Number 7. No blocking, no parrying for 35 seconds.
As he parries.
Well, it was during the middle of what it is. I'm on the wrong stance. That screwed me over. When I'm sitting there in moon stance. No, not moon stance.
You are water stance.
No,
well, now that
no.
he's died,
I was
still
in
got
wind
another
stance.
10 seconds of no parrying and blocking.
Oh no, let's start the timer over again.
Alright, let's roll the timer back over. 35 seconds.
Nope, I'm dead. Okay. I've got how useful. Wait, how did that guy catch on fire? How useful parrying and blocking can be.
Because of the combat.
Okay, the thing is, it's no parrying or blocking. You can still dodge roll.
Screw it.
Because no dodge roll is a different number.
Roll. I can't remember
It's a
what
different
number
roll.
it is, Oh, it's 8.
8's no evasion tactics, no dodge roll. Or whatever dodge is in the game. Because in Kingdom Hearts, that would be... Okay, I can't say it would be the death of me, but it would make some fights harder because that's where I have my iPhone. And that would make Dark Souls a lot harder too, because everyone loves their dodge rolls.
Monster Hunter.
Yes.
You can't dodge a monster hunter. Well, you're screwed.
You better manage your stamina.
Just
Yeah, no
block.
dodge roll in Monster Hunter would hurt probably me as a hammer user the most because dodge roll in Monster Hunter cuts that hammer recovery time down.
Then those me
Swing
use the
that thing
gun.
and dodge.
I have the gun lance. I just pull out a shield and just block. So no blocking will be my downfall.
Yeah, and if I get no aerial combat as a glaive, well, there goes me.
Just throw the bug at it.
True.
Just beat the Elatrian with the bug.
True.
Okay, guys, we got it. Next Multiple Monday, we'll have to be monster hunting and using this stuff.
No, it wouldn't be as. I don't know. Monster Hunter, it is fun. It's just so hard to stay focused in on a fight for so long.
Guys, I'm home. I made it home.
Oh wait, that's why you. Oh, okay, now I understand why you went so far because you were going home.
Uh-huh. He needed to go home.
No sign of Mongols.
Because you said once I got here, you wanted me to do this. First thing. Thus, I have.
I do appreciate the fact that you're showing up in Ronin outfit with this, straw hat.
I was trying returning home, guys. I met my ninja ways. Samurai, I'm not samurai ways. I met my ninja ways, guys, but wait, I'm a samurai.
I will never turn back, or whatever, because that's my ninja way.
Yay!
Discord still can't pick up my high-pitched stuff.
So sad.
Had any trouble?
Well, no, it's because this mic is prepped for a deep voice, so I actually like break the sound barrier to Mario scream. Trust me, I spent like hours screaming at a program, like fine-tuning stuff, and then I was like, what am I even doing? Who cares?
Who cares? I want to do my thing. What are you looking at?
If it picks up my presenter voice, then I'm fine.
There is a way
Okay.
to
Tsushima.
actually skip cutscenes. This game, long objective or dying when you activate the cutscene.
Me and Damien, me and Red, have been playing God Eater 3.
Isn't that very similar to Monster Hunter?
It's close. I definitely wouldn't call it a copy paste, but it's close. Now,
It's a clone.
we have been enjoying some of the
The Mongols captured
voice acting. So, if I want to bring this, I'm going to ruin video games for you just slightly for a bit.
Lady Muscle.
The main character never breathes. No primary characters ever breathe. You'll never hear someone say a sentence and go, because they cut it out.
Sensei Ishikawa.
Now, that being said,
I never
Weird.
noticed that.
yep, no, you'll never hear him breathe because they cut breaths out and you're supposed to record without catching the breaths. Now, here's the fun part. We're playing God Eater 3. One of the characters kind of looks like Igus from Persona 3 for any Persona fans. Literally, as soon as she was introduced, you get a whole cutscene with her, and it's like, oh, well, she's kind of cute. And she opens up, and she's like, who are you? And I went, oh, no. And, of course, Red doesn't hear it because I hadn't turned him on to listen to it. And every single sentence, you get a something in between. And after like listening to the whole cutscene, I'm sitting there groaning because once you do any kind of voicing stuff at all, even like non-professional, you hear that kind of stupid stuff without trying to. So I'm just sitting there and I'm listening to it, and I went, Red, and I told him the same thing. Main characters never breathe. I didn't catch it in post.
But I actually find that quite interesting how you bring that up.
Real quick, Spartan, are you seeing a lag in the stream?
It lagged for a second, but it's back now.
Okay.
Alright. I mourn my father. Wait, what was the other ones at?
Also, your next role has happened.
Leaves shade my father. What was the last
Your
one?
next roll is really simple.
What is it?
Total freeze for 7 seconds.
Light, light for my father. Which one should I pick? Light for my father. I mourn my father. Or leaves shade my father.
Leaves.
Leaves shade my father.
I like Morn.
We have.
Oh.
We used to meditate here. His grave's close, his soul distance. I always sometimes have a hard time finding these.
They kind of have a pattern. You either go up or across.
I fought hard to return home. We used to meditate here. His
Fought hard to
grave
return
close,
home.
his soul distance. So the question is, which one do I pick?
Soul is distant.
The soul is distant. His
Fought hard
grave.
to return home.
I fought hard to return home. Alright, chat, it's your turn to pick. Between these two. They have natural music playing for this. We don't need your interlude.
You don't like Jeopardy?
I want to listen to the song.
It really puts your channel in jeopardy to ever play that song because you can't afford the royalties for it.
That's interesting. Oh,
I think it was an episode of Game Theory, or maybe it was Film Theory. I don't know. It was one of the, that's probably Film Theory. But like he was talking about Jeopardy, and he actually stopped and goes, "I would play the song here, but no one can afford that." Blue said Soul.
Oh, I picked the soul.
Oh, he
This
may be a little
old
bit behind.
tree's lives on. All things pass away. Now I am alone.
Oh, he said never mind.
all things pass away.
All things pass away. Honestly, go ahead, Hero.
Well, no, I was just talking about, the Jeopardy theme and the royalties and this and that. There shouldn't be too much of a copyright strike considering I was the one singing it and I wasn't using the,
Oh yeah,
tune.
no. I was just that just made me think about that.
Yeah, because honestly, cover songs it's that one gray area where musicians
Oh, it's
on
so gray.
YouTube can actually get away with doing what they're doing. Because they can't get the copyright claim because they're doing their own version of it.
Next dice roll.
Okay, total freeze. 7 seconds.
Oh no, that was supposed to be while he was doing the haiku, so which kind of happened because he's stuck doing the haiku. The next dice roll is talk to all NPC characters in the next town and/or area.
Okay. I'll do that in my next town I actually visit, not this place because there's no NPCs here.
Well, there's technically 2, but one of them progresses the story.
Almost inside my lord. Thank you, Daichi.
Look, I actually talked to that one. Hey, look.
This is the cutscene line that made me cry, okay? The side quests for getting this here is the one that made me bawl my eyes out.
We must save my family.
I wish I knew the line. I can't remember the line that comes after that one. We must save my family.
That's not important.
That's it.
No.
He says that a lot.
He says that like every 7 seconds.
The last time he says it when they're in the meeting, and he hears that in the background, he goes, "Wait a second, did I just?"
See, some of them even has fam.
Yeah, it's like, we must save my family. See, some even have fam. Gary, excuse me. I'll be back in just a moment. Maybe he's got a point. This is really uncomfortable as he's enjoying murdering this NPC.
I love how you talk about murder as we watch his father die.
Blue, that was impeccable timing, not gonna lie.
You must say my family.
Save me! Oh, I watched my father get
My
killed,
dad's
stabbed in the back.
dead.
And now I'm gonna wear his armor to honor him. Me as a player, now your armor's hideous. I'm gonna wear this instead.
Oh, me as a player, I'm never taking this armor off.
You get two types of players. I'm never taking this off, and others. I hate this. I'm taking it off.
I'm an equipment roller, so I change what I'm wearing for the situation, even though it kind of pulls you out of what you're doing. Like, if I'm mid-combat and I gotta change to range combat, I'm changing my armor mid-fight. If I'm fighting and then exploring, I'm putting on the traveler's gear. The moment I walk up on a fight, I will pause the stupid game, change my armor, unpause, fight, pause the game, change my armor again, and go about my day.
Hey,
And there's
look,
me.
it's Straw Hats.
Come and fight me. I remember talking to someone. They were going through standoffs, and what they struggled with, they thought, oh yeah, let me swing first. That's how I win. I told them, no, you gotta swing second.
That's how I feel about Straw. You did die.
I'm just gonna jump out of the way, and then I'm gonna snipe you. And he still lives through that arrow to the face.
I know. I'm used to just sniping the Straw Hats, and they just die. That's how I do with Straw Hats. I just pull my bow and headshot them, walk away.
Yuriko, where are you?
You don't have taxes. You're glowing, but I can't pick up what you have, so you're gonna suffer. Oh, now I can pick up your supplies. Thank you for your taxes, so those ended your misery.
Are you alright?
Butchered them. Is Yarikawa giving us trouble again?
The Yarikawa rebellion was 20
Put your
years
thumb.
ago. Those men were with the Mongols.
Of course.
Yeah.
Still shaken up. I need to catch my breath.
By the lake. Your favorite
Honestly, Yuriko's side quest, probably one of the most interesting side quests.
It is absolutely one of the saddest.
tree. You said earlier.
I would agree. As far as like the one that will sucker punch you,
Enough to kill a man.
not intended because of the studio that developed the game. This is the one to me
Well,
that like that
it came out of
it's the
nowhere
one-
for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, because most of the quests that you do, side quests, for those that haven't played, just backdrop. A lot of the side quests that you do, you either find someone that is dead or is already dead.
No Sakai had to fight the Mongols.
You just said the
Her
same thing twice.
Well, yeah, basically.
You either find somebody that's the corpse, or you find a corpse.
Yes, and that's totally what happened.
Or the person you help ends up killing themselves.
Yeah, so that's basically the scenarios is they either suicide themselves, or you find the person you're looking for dead, or if you do save them, they wish they were dead.
For real though. So it's time for the next dice roll, and I think I'm going to go ahead and change up the way that we dice roll for this game, because setting it on a timer is pointless. Setting it up on a seconds-based timer is pointless. So we're going to instead go combat to combat. Your next combat trial is no range combat.
As long as I'm not fighting Straw Hats, I'm good.
Yeah, so instead of like giving you like 30 seconds no range, we're just going to go combat to combat. The longer you go without combat, the more of those you're going to build up.
Yes.
No range combat. Freeze! Whole fight. That's
Honestly,
just suicide.
Honestly, though, like just the way how this game is, it's almost better to do that. Because with Kingdom Hearts, I'm always moving from a fight to fight, and so it's almost going to be set up like
My next fight,
depending on how quickly I'm moving through the world, It's like, oh yeah, I'm at a boss fight or force fight, this, that. Okay, cool. So here's what your role is and how it's set up. Okay, I honestly took a picture right here of the tree.
Yeah, no, I went back and took a picture later.
Oh, that doesn't look
I
too bad actually.
I came through this area at night, and so I took it at nighttime, and I don't remember if I did any music with it or not, because I honestly love the soundtrack that they give you to put the photo mode.
So next combat, no range combat, correct?
No range combat, so no kunais. Would that also include the bombs?
Yes, because I have to throw the bombs.
Yes. Swords only.
Could you imagine no range combat and no parrying and dodging?
How can you imagine no range combat playing something like Risk of Rain?
No
Or
range
no range
combat
combat
in Horizon Zero Dawn.
or Horizon, where the melee combat is just horrendous.
Hey, look, a bear. I can't use range combat against it. Oh wait, instead already. Thank you.
Does that count as a his combat scenario, or does it have to be against like actual Mongols or
These are against Mongols. I don't know what you're talking about.
Honestly, like, if you fight a bear with a sword, you're a boss. So, sure, we'll count that.
But the bear was already dead.
Then no, it does not count.
But I killed 2 Mongols.
Then that counts.
I mean, that's just asking a question here, phoning a friend.
Am I walking? Come here, Sora.
We gotta find Riku. Wait, Kairi? She's inside me? Totally out of context. Like, what the crap is going on in that game?
Wait, I thought I was supposed to...
Are you heading the right way?
I'm heading the right way, it's just took me to a Mongol camp.
You walked into that Mongol camp.
But I can hold my breath underwater.
So I got a friend text me who was asking me, with Destiny 2, are they going to allow crossplay between the PS4 and PS5? Answer, yes.
What happens if I run out of my breath? I just want to find out.
You start losing health points, obviously.
No, you just let him die.
Wow.
He's answered that for the audience.
Wow, that escalated. No, you're not going to lose health points. You drowned.
You just
Goodbye.
sort of drown. No questions asked.
So basically, Breath of the Wild, if you run out of stamina while swimming.
Ooh, your next dice roll is yeet yourself off the nearest cliff to take damage.
Right?
Wait, I have to take damage?
You have to take damage.
Yeah, in Kingdom Hearts, there's no fall damage,
There.
so that one wouldn't work.
I did
but
it.
I would still have to jump off a cliff. Yeah, fortunately though, in Ghost of Tsushima, taking fall damage isn't that hard.
Yeah, that counts.
He didn't die from that. That's sad. I didn't need the Shinobi banner. Okay, looks like I have to clear this camp.
You got some taxes just waiting for you.
Right?
There, got the fairy kill. You're next? No, no, no. You stay away from me with that.
I hate those type of bruisers or brutes.
Bruisers. I mean, close. It's you know what? Bruisers. That's good enough.
I
So-
mean,
Bruise
they
your
might-
eye sockets.
right? I mean, they're just like, look at me. It's like honestly, every game that has a form of a brute is always the biggest guy.
Yeah, because that's what a brute is.
What,
You don't have little skinny twig as a brute. That's just a jockey or jackal.
No, I honestly, I would love to see a game where like you can't tell the difference between a brute and a regular enemy. So like you're second guessing yourself, like, is this a brute? Wonder how terrifying that would be.
That would be quite interesting. Let's get the facts straight.
I love how that guy just dropped down. He's like, oh look, a fight's happening here.
I shall
He's gonna drop
enjoy.
off the bridge. No big deal.
Oh, I don't have to finish this place. Cool. I probably got what I needed.
You probably did, but at the same time, it's like, I must liberate.
They're not
liberate.
paying taxes.
My family.
must
You
go
murdered
save
my family. You
We
died.
must go liberate the village.
The bandits are coming.
The bandits are coming. Yes, exactly. We're in there with the mob. Like, this game has a mob? And this game has a mafia? That's besides the point.
No, you get no fire. I killed the leader, guys.
Of all the Abridged series, I've watched
Just look at that
SAO
blood just slowly fall on the ground.
I've watched SAO Abridged more time than any other Abridged series.
All these squares are a circle.
I am a sucker for Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I'm not even a Dragon Ball fan. I have never seen Dragon Ball in my life. But
Okay,
dang,
I've
that
watched-
Abridged is funny.
I've watched Dragon Ball, but DBZ Abridged, that's the only DBZ I really remember. Like, I do remember watching a little bit of DBZ, but the Abridged version is just hilarious. Hey, Vegeta! What happened? Are we there yet?
Hey, look, it's a
Over there, yeah.
Pokemon.
Hey, look, Vegeta! It's a Pokemon! It's a Yamcha! I'm gonna catch it!
Oh, if I burned to death. I want to go after the archer, but I decided to kill the dog instead. So now I'm just...
I broke it at Vegeta. It must have been made of something weak, like paper mache or radits.
Return to the... probably just fast and call my horse and ride back.
I'm not the first person to die in this series. Krillin, what? Too soon. Sensubin! What, do you think I'm just giving these things away? Because I'm not. Next dice roll!
I wonder what it could be!
No items. So in this situation, if it has a number counter next to it, you can't use it. Arrows, kunai, all that jazz.
So, no ninja tools.
Or
Basically.
arrows.
Or arrows.
Straight sword combat.
The only thing I have is 4 kunais.
Wait,
You
these are
used
no
all of
smoke
it?
bombs!
Krillin, did you feel that? I tasted it.
He drank a whole gallon of LSD.
Oh,
I
high
can't-
right now.
Don't look at me. Quit sobbing. Oh, quiet sobbing. Quit sobbing!
Quit sobbing.
It's quiet sobbing.
No, it's quitting
Quiet.
sobbing.
Guys,
This
I
coffee
gotta.
gets 10,000 miles to the soul. What? The gallon.
You caught me thinking about Lord Sakai.
I try not to do that.
He loved you in his way.
There's just so many.
Enough of the past. We have a blowgun and dots.
Oh,
Now
I
is the
turned up the
present.
time dilation. Why? Just to mess with him.
Of course you
That's one
must.
of my favorite
Oh,
moments.
I turned off the time dilation. Wait, why? Just to mess with him.
I have a small camp where I gather
And also, you went
plants
in there
and herbs
alone.
for ointments
That's not allowed.
and poison.
Right, Nappa!
It
Mop
kills
falls over.
vermin within moments.
Make it strong.
Don't
Wait.
access me!
You mean to tell me you've been gone for an entire year?
What?
Can't think of any good Chi-Chi lines. I can't think of what Chi-Chi's line is for that.
It's nice
You mean to
have
tell me
you
you
here.
took our son away
You and Lord
for an
Shimura
entire
fought
year,
blood
dyed his hair?
on that
Well, if it
bronze
makes it
pole.
any better, it's not dyed. No! No, it doesn't.
So tall and straight in your lips.
The fact that she proceeds to, like, yeah, with Goku for,
I
like,
want another
what?
baby.
What? Thought this was training.
Wait, we're training
And,
here?
and I love the fact that she's the only reason he becomes so powerful too, because she nearly kills him.
What's so funny?
Yeah.
Just remembered it was out here you nearly killed your
Oh, what does he say about that? Oh, this is a tactical retreat
The poor man
with
was
Krillin.
trying to teach
Oh,
you
this is a
how
tactical
to
retreat.
kill magic. You wanted to chase butterflies.
I know the story. My uncle's black eye
You
took
see,
weeks to heal.
Lord
Gohan,
Shimura and your father
if you
laughed
don't
so
defeat Cell
hard,
here,
they'd both choke
you're
on
gonna
it.
die. Yeah, your mom's gonna die.
I don't remember my father's laugh.
But first, you're gonna die.
He lost his humor after your mother got sick. But you have your
I need to go
father's
back and just rewatch it all. I used to be able to like word for word several episodes of it. I used Dragon Ball Z Abridged as a form of
Prisoner in a campfire.
white noise to help me sleep for a while because I lay in bed with some kind of YouTube going, and so I would just play some Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And so there was like, it's totally true that if you listen to something like as you go to sleep, you'll remember it really well for no reason.
Oh, I know.
Because just straight up, I could just do full episode.
Guys, look, I'm gathering purple flowers.
I like him.
The little alcove at home.
That should be enough. Bring them to me, young master.
You said it tasted like bacon.
Bacon?
The seeds. Crush them.
I don't really know anything
Great
with
flavor.
Dragon Ball Z
Yeah,
Abridged.
sure, it's grape flavored. I hate grape flavored. Then it's bacon flavored. Ooh, bacon.
Bacon.
You didn't take the medicine? It was grape flavored. Boy, that boy cannot take grapes.
So,
He cannot hold his grapes.
Spartan, I
Yeah,
know my
so-
next rule is not, my next combat scenario not to use anything ranged.
No items.
No items, but I'm
Yeah,
forced.
no items.
I'm forced to use an item.
Oh, all right. We'll let that go.
Well, this is a story. See, this isn't. I wouldn't really consider this a combat. It's more of a tutorial.
Yeah, it's a tutorial, really.
Because
But if we don't count it as a tutorial, you have picked up 2 more dice rolls since that last one now. You are up to don't use any items, no blocking and parrying,
Okay.
Are you hurt, young master?
and no evasion tactics. So you're 3 dice rolls deep for your next official combat.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be brutal to watch.
No block parry, no evasion, and no range. Basically no range combat.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't. No range combat.
You are not
There's no
safe,
kunais.
and I'm
He
going
can't.
to
If he had smoke bombs, he couldn't use those either.
Because that's an evasion tactic.
Poison.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also an item.
That's true.
There is another. It causes confusion and rage.
Because see, you could use the smoke bomb. Yes, you can technically use it as an evasion, but you can also use it as your assassinations,
Uh-huh.
which doesn't violate the uh. Because if
Evasion
you
tactic
use
one.
it, yeah, if you use it for assassinations, you're not violating evasion tactics, and you're not uh blocking or parrying as well.
Alright,
But since
guys.
there's no items, he can't use it. So he has to find a way to be clever with this. You're right, Blue. It was nice knowing Rich.
Alright, guys.
Because
I have 3 stat points.
ooh, all right. So let's first narrow it down.
Samurai, Stance, or Ghost?
Really don't care. Whatever you want to do. Whatever will keep you alive for this next combat trial you picked up.
Well,
Because you have 2.5 minutes till I roll it again.
So I would, me personally, I either go when I'm playing through, I like to. I'm either torn between going out for another stance or for a ghost.
I know at one point in time we wanted to go, I can jump off the horse and do a strike from the horse. That was a goal. That went out the window. I've been working on Ghost stuff, so might as well keep going for Ghost.
All right. So do you want to increase? Okay, what do you have under ghost? Okay, so you're maxed out on kunais. So
Well,
that means
I went for the God Throw, and then I went and finished maxing out my black powder bombs.
aren't calls.
You know what would be really fun? If we did for certain games, we could do a hard mode of this nightmare roll to where all 3 dice I rolled just determine the next combat, and all 3 of them are a different thing.
Would you like something
I'm fine. You to go.
Because can
Yeah.
you imagine every single combat in game having a triple negative added to it every single time?
Yeah, because none of our stuff is a positive. It's all negative.
I mean, other than like snap a photo, but if I roll snap a photo at the start of a battle, you gotta snap a photo the moment that battle starts.
It would make you strong
Yeah.
and teach you to respect your ancestors.
Screenshot time.
Don't you
Hey, this one I can set up a photo and pause the game for me.
That is true.
So if we were to snap the photo, do we have to show like in the PlayStation, like see the icon that screenshot was taken?
I
No,
have
you have
that-
to actually physically see that it was taken.
I have that turned off.
Well, you can press options and then share and then triangle, and it'll show that screenshot was saved.
I just hold down share button and the screenshot gets taken. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, time to go right with Utical.
tear each other to pieces? It's awful.
It's for a good cause. Just make
It's for a good cause, okay? Remember that. Good cause.
It's necessary. I know exactly where to find what we need.
Honestly, the thing I do like though is how
this part of the forest.
it shows honestly like how yes, being honorable is a good thing to aspire to,
Your mother loved to take long
but at what point is your honor going to save everyone?
She was gone.
And that because Khan has been studying
nearly dead by the time
the samurai,
I've never seen him so angry.
angry at himself for failing to
and so I feel like that's the main, not the main reason. That is the reason why he was able to beat the samurai on the beach,
searching for his only son.
because he knew how the samurai would fight.
Not much farther to the cemetery.
So I have some bad news for you, Rich.
Uh-huh.
Wonderful.
I
Your
gotta
next dice roll just happened.
Okay.
I had to roll it a couple times because I kept getting repeats the ones you've already gotten.
Good.
So the first one it landed on that wasn't a repeat was 19.
Azumasa had imagination.
No healing.
Imagination. My father.
Okay, let's see what happens in the next fight.
Then you
Just add that to the list of things. The timer's already started again, so you better find a fight in the next 4 minutes.
Stay here. Who will fight?
Yeah, like honestly, that's some of the toughest like things.
You rolled some of the, other than Total Freeze, you rolled some of the worst ones you possibly could have.
Well, I'm in a fight right now, so.
So,
Okay, so
good.
no
So,
healing, no range, no blocking, parrying,
or dodging.
or dodging. Yeah, that was the thing too. So you're just gonna have to muscle this.
Well, fortunately though, he was able to get that standoff. So he's able to down 2 enemies and terrify the 3rd.
Uh-oh. He's on fire. Because he's just got to take those arrow shots. Oh, no, this is going to be the end.
He can't heal. Oh.
I couldn't dodge, I couldn't do anything.
Oh.
Because with me.
Fortunately though, all of that's now cleaned off because you went through the combat.
It's up to Rich. You can either clean slate it or do it again.
He decided to say nope. Wow, Rich, you goofed up that assassination. You pressed square versus triangle.
Oh, man.
Talk about getting bruised. Twice.
Ah. Honestly, just playing this game with.
Even without following the Salted Nightmare, you could pull it off.
Alright, Nightmare Type 2. I gotta pull this off with the Nightmare.
You did
Oh, he's
better
going for
following
the-
the Nightmare.
He's going for the
Oh, you know what
standoff.
we could replace the screenshot one, and instead do no special tactics like standoffs.
Because, ooh, that would be interesting with Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 because you get the triangle commands.
That also gets rid of drive form.
Yes, it would.
All right, I'm getting rid of the taking a picture thing.
Because, with now in certain instances in KH2, I think you have to use triangle in certain instances. With certain fights, like you're forced to use the triangle. I'll need to go back and double check it.
And it gets that
Honestly,
archer
as
with.
long as the overall like combat can be done without using, like, yeah, per se, like you have a battle that's like, yeah, no, so this is the tutorial for using your triangle form. Then yeah, obviously that doesn't count as your actual combat. You have to wait till the next combat to do it.
Yeah, well, I think because I mentioned about getting so in 2, you end up fighting the Hydra, and there's a part in there where it feels like, get up on the Hydra's back, get up on the Hydra's back, and you have to get up on there and use a triangle. It's like some of the fights in 2 is scripted with the triangle. There's no way around it. Now, when I was doing the Roxas versus Axel fight part 2, I didn't have to use the triangle command to get the win. So if
You
we
know what I
had that
found
into
out, guys?
play-
I can't die by burning.
That is interesting.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
You know that just
Well,
reminded me
no,
of?
I guess to be fair, in a lot of games you can't die from poison either. So
Well, get this. In Death Stranding, you can play the entire game,
Without using stealth.
no, without ever equipping boots. Because you can't die from bleeding out if you don't have boots on. You'll be at a low health percent. But walking with no boots on, you can't die from that.
We must set an example for our people by remaining
ooh, next dice roll for your next combat.
and to ourselves.
What is it?
No evasion tactics.
Poison's just for now.
Okay.
After the
Could be
monster's
worse.
gone, I won't
Be worse, yeah. Alright, I just realized that we've hit like a little over an hour mark, but due to what's going on and how engaged we are, do we want the hydration break, or are we just going to go through? So one thing I've also learned is that you can actually control when it goes to who to assassinate next with the triangle. You can actually control if you want to do the one that they're suggesting, or you can move it to another one if there's someone else in close proximity.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was noting that as I was doing a side quest in chapter 3. Love it when I see enemies clip through a wall and just like, wait, what?
I think part of my problem is also right here is I really don't have my weapons that I'll upgrade like I'm used to.
I think there's workarounds with that. Yeah, I may have had my weapons maxed out right here for me. Though I played more of a ghost way, so I pretty much
That
snuck
was an
away.
easy leader kill.
Yeah.
Standoff kill.
Because where I stealth my way around everything, it was easy for me to get through some of these missions and that. Whereas Riches kind of go for a hybrid, but mostly samurai type approach. And with your weapons not upgraded, it is affecting how well you're doing.
There, so they're all dead now. I even did no invasion tactics.
10 minutes later, he finally achieved victory on this one forced fight.
Yay!
Congratulations. Tell me, Rich, how does that make you feel?
Fantastic.
Lies.
Oh, no, not here. It's been so long. They're in
Looks like I
another
need to
city.
rename the title.
Your great aunts branch of the family.
Do I need an
Lies.
army? Death of the innocent.
Am I allowed to feel emotions yet?
No, you're trapped in that emotionless box until you die.
Okay.
I had a nightmare about this forest. A fight.
It wasn't an
You know, it is interesting now. I think we talked about it last stream with, I don't know if it was with Kingdom Hearts or with Ghost of Tsushima. But the speedrun community is really struggling on wanting to do speedrun through the entire game. Because as Rich was saying, you have to fail an objective or suicide
As you activate.
as you activate the cutscene in order to have the cutscene skip. If not, you are stuck watching the cutscene.
You could hear their screams. He returned to us just before dawn.
Now,
Covered in blood.
if Rich wanted to, he could run on the horse
For a demon of the forest.
to go through this
I
part
actually
faster,
can't.
unless it's
It's forcing me.
You told me to pretend I was a
She is an old lady, so I guess it would make sense.
The view's much better from the shore. Join me, young master. These old bones need a rest.
So yeah, I am aware, like, the speedrun community is like, how do we do this? Though you look back at Kingdom Hearts on the PS2, that was a 5.5 hour speedrun,
Something like that.
and that was with the cutscenes in there. And then Final Mix came out where you could skip the cutscenes, and it dropped to like 3 hours now. Japanese, it's like 2 hours.
Your mother and I would come here when she was pregnant.
Between 2.5 and 2 hours. It's ridiculous.
We should keep moving.
There's certain
Oh,
people
another
that,
dice roll.
Grown man
Okay.
still can barely sit still.
We can meditate again after the war.
Yeet yourself off a cliff.
Okay. Yeet.
during cutscenes still.
I gotta find the closest cliff now. The bridge's not gonna count. Look, a cliff.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, you gotta take some kind of damage.
Now let's see where the plot takes me.
Look, there's a cliff boat. It's over water. Never mind.
Yeah.
Cemetery.
Hey, jokes.
Feels much closer when you're not carrying water.
That should do it. Oh, that's water. Dang it. Okay, here we go, here we go.
It's so
Whoa!
funny whenever he uses the grapple. It just like comes out of nowhere. It's just like, I'm grappled now. Up I go.
They may break stone, but they cannot erase the memory of these warriors.
Please gather the spider lilies. I can't bear to look.
I gotta get the spider lily, spider lily, spider lily. Does whatever spider lily can.
My aunt Matsu would weep
I don't
at the
think
vision
that's
of this
how it
place.
works,
Most
but
of these
okay.
warriors fell in the rebellion at Yariko. They deserve better.
Hey, look, it's a cricket. I got myself another cricket, guys. I'm back with the Spoodle Lilies. Because I'm simply Spoodle Man.
This is all I could find.
It is enough to make the poison, but
You're, you know,
not our time to
way
wait.
too soon before Spider-Man even
Tsushima
existed.
Cemetery isn't far.
With a view of the waterfall.
Spider-Man is timeless though, so.
Spider-Man can travel through time, don't you know?
No, that's not one of his superpowers.
Don't
lie to me
question
like
it.
that.
Into the Spider-Verse.
No, he's not allowed to. Only the Flash can do
One
that.
of the Spider-Mans traveled 2 weeks back in time.
No, that's illegal.
It happened.
It's illegal. It didn't happen. I didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
Kazuma-san?
Because you haven't watched the movie.
Exactly, so it didn't happen.
Your father's grave.
Doesn't work that way.
Did you
Yeah, it
often go
does.
riding with my father?
Lord Sakai taught me to ride.
I mean, come on, if a tree falls on a forest and no one's around to hear it, does it still make a sound?
Yes, sound waves are still produced.
Wait,
I didn't hear it, so it didn't happen.
How does it work?
oh, it's terrible.
Alright, Karen.
This is madness. They'll turn on each other like wild beasts.
I'm a hero.
Quickly.
I
gonna save us all.
forgot how long the side quest was.
Yeah, no, it's a long side quest.
I'll stay here.
Well, since I'm getting into combat, want to roll the dice then?
Well, you already had one, right?
Yeah, your next dice roll is not it's another minute away. Unless you can't beat them before the dice roll. Which is indeed very possible. You can do it. I believe in you.
That was funny to watch.
Now we're gonna go through the pecking order. There's you. Then the maggots. The dirt.
No, it's dirt, then maggots inside the dirt. Call me. And then Popo.
No, you're forgetting about Popo's feces.
Popo stool.
Popo's
Then
stool. Then Popo. Any questions? Yeah, I have a question.
Next
Pecking
rice
order.
stool. No aerial combos. What fun.
Okay, we roll.
No, what that means is that you can't get on top of a building and assassinate from above. That's the aerial combat in this game. me and Spartan talked about that. In the case of Ghost of Tsushima, you can't get on top of a building and assassinate from above. For your playstyle, though, that is really easy, so you don't do that.
Look, Leader's dead.
Leader killed. 3 more kills or observations, and you unlock the moon stance.
Oh, moon, your stance. What?
Nani?
Nani? Oh my god. Nanny?
Okay, I always find it weird when you crawl underneath of any structure in this game. It feels like first person. It's so like weird.
It is kind of jarring.
And slightly disorienting.
Congratulations, you got your own person on fire. How does that make you feel?
Tell me, you did friendly fire. I had to actually go to 66 somehow, you know, because friendly fire is turned on now. Right? Is that the, you know, common theory?
No
of
fire on your sword. Thank you.
But I want fire on my sword.
We should be getting close to the end of the side quest.
So, looking at Blue's thing about you can pre-order Spider-Man in the Avengers game. My understanding was that all characters that were being added to the game is free. So I don't understand you can pre-order now when it's a free character that's being given.
Unless
Spider-Man is being exclusive to
PS4/PS5.
Well, that's what I'm saying. PlayStation. It's being exclusive to PlayStation.
Oh, now, talking about PlayStation, what do you guys think about how they're starting off with the pre-orders?
I haven't even been paying attention. Like I've talked about before, I'm not even getting PS5 until it's been out for a couple months.
You are sure that was me?
What they're doing right now is they're saying it's first come, first serve, but it also feels like / winning the lottery at the same time. You'll get randomly selected if you sign up for the pre-order to pre-order your PlayStation from Sony.
The war hasn't touched this place.
All supplies last.
But you have to get the email. So like you first have to be random select to get the email, then have to pre-order during a sort of time slot. If not, I think it goes to somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how it's set up. I'm with Blue. I'm not liking that. And now the whole thing, I know this has a lot of people in an upset state with the Square Enix Avengers game coming out. The fact that only PlayStation is getting Spider-Man. I believe that was a Marvel decision because Sony only owns the right to Spider-Man for film purposes.
It's one of those things, in my opinion, that people just need to get over because they've already made their decision. It's not changing.
Yeah, and honestly, you're missing a character. Wow, you're not getting cheated out of the full game experience.
Yeah, unless Spider-Man just plays completely differently than everybody.
I see
Which he's probably not, because he's probably going to play very similar to how Miss Marvel plays. Other than the fact that she has rubber hands, he's going to be shooting webs.
Either that or Black Widow a little bit.
Or more closely to Black Widow because he's a brawler, not a sharpshooter. He's a brawler. Because you look at his comics, his web cartridges only have so much web, so he has to be smart with his webs.
Which I can see that aspect falling into more of Iron Man, or I'm gonna have to wait for his power to go back up.
Well, there's workarounds with that because with Iron Man, when you get in close combat, it recharges faster versus waiting for it to charge back up.
Yeah. Or you can play very similar to Hawkeye, because Hawkeye has the bow, and the bow you probably have to run out of arrows, wait for arrows. So me just on the characters, I see how we sort of mesh into versus different playing styles based off characters that we played through the beta and characters who are not getting released.
Yeah.
I just see this as a free DLC that Sony's getting.
That's all it is. It's a DLC. You're not being cheated out of anything. That's just my 2 cents, really. It's
Yeah, in this situation, I don't have any opinion at all, really, because I'm not a Marvel fan, so I won't be playing this game.
I thought you also
Uh,
told us you were not a very big fan of superhero games to begin with.
yeah, no, like just superhero games at all are just not my cup of tea. Also, your next combat thing is no healing.
Okay.
well, the issue though that like. Okay, superhero games are fun, but you get stuck in how that universe is set up. Like, there is some creativity that you can do, but you're limited to the lore of the comic versus an original IP where they make their own lore and they can do whatever they want because they're not restricted to an already existing lore.
Yeah, they don't have to keep major corporations satisfied with their product. They just do their thing.
Yeah.
Lord Sakai.
Oh no, she's coughing.
Coffee.
She's just cold.
Alright, well, we finished the quest. So we're going to take a small little hydration break, and hopefully during this rain that's now starting to fall down, nothing happens.
So if at any time then if we lose stream, it's due to weather or if Wi-Fi acts up. So don't panic if we just randomly just no.
And while and before we head out, again, we gotta fix this up. Multiplayer Monday. Well, no, excuse me, myself. Sunday is Kingdom Hearts 2. The multiplayer Monday is not gonna be Killing Floor, but it sounds like we keep doing Rescue Rain or another game. We'll be finding out. And then Wednesdays may not be Ghost of Tsushima because of other things coming up, but we will find days throughout the week to stream this game. So there'll be smash it really good. And by the sounds of it, my work is trying to get me more on a set schedule for at least 3 days during the week. So if one of those days I have the evenings free and my boss is someone that's going to be set, I'll move Ghost to that evening. Yep. We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. I did go
You're hydrated
outside.
enough?
I did go outside and look at the wonderful water. It is coming down pretty good. Like the heavens open up and it's just pouring and nice, good lightning outside. So again, if we lose
Nice.
the stream, that is why. The
Hmm.
plan is for
So,
the rest of the evening will be us going in, and I'm gonna plan to finish the side quest, and depends on how much time, get to where the next one's gonna. My next quest I want to do starting.
Or if anything, Rich will finish up this side quest and then off-screen time get himself positioned so that way next week we can start with the quest.
Let me take you to Akashima. They can treat
hmm.
you.
Whatever works.
Unless he really wants to spend that that few minutes to add to the timer for the negative effect.
Oh lord, if I did that, let me see.
Because depending on which quest,
Straight to Akashima.
Of course, my lord. I'm so sorry.
I'll go for the one in the far south.
If I did that, it would be stand still, no healing, and the floor is lava. So I ain't gonna work.
I'm just trying to picture stand still and being stand still and the floor is lava at the exact same time.
The only thing I'm allowed to do is jump.
Yeah. Good luck, Matt.
Where is this special place of yours?
You'll see.
You cannot tell me?
I won't have to.
That black and white horse
Wait, wait,
looks quite
wait, hold on.
nice.
Does riding your horse count?
Let's see if you can keep up.
Careful, Yuriko.
You're technically not on the floor.
Technically, that is correct.
You know, I don't have an answer for that.
You're the man
Now,
with the
what are we
answers.
classifying as the floor is lava and ghost? Is it the ground?
I don't know. You.
Is it the dirt?
That was your idea.
Well,
Yeah, no, I mean I know it was my idea.
Wait.
Because in some games it's pretty cut and dry, like what the floor is. But
Yeah.
in an open world
There's-
game, what is the floor?
There's an onsen.
well,
Find the nearest hook shot place and swing for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
yeah, go be Spider-Man.
Spoot.
Spider-Man,
Honestly-
Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a Spider-Man.
Okay, if he was to go back and do the Spider-Man game, the floor is
Floor is-
lava would be a joke. So it would be like no web slinging.
Wait,
The
wait,
sky is lava.
I have a question, Rich. How did you manage to platinum it?
Very.
What was the question again?
How do you manage to platinum Spider-Man?
How did I manage to plat Spider-Man?
I hope it's not
Yeah.
all of us to come.
I just sort of played the game and did everything. Just like how I
there's a
did this
couple different
game.
So there's a couple different ways that you can 100% Ghost of Tsushima and Spider-Man. Some of the biggest things that so depending on the guide that you're following, some of the guides actually say, hey, we encourage you just to focus story first thing.
Just go and enjoy the story.
Just,
with
just
me-
play the story.
That's never a bad idea.
I'll find this.
Just go and play the story.
Then once that's done, then you pick, for instance, it goes to Tsushima. You pick whichever territory you want to start, north, mid, or south.
Mhm.
You pick a territory, and then you go into 100% that territory. Then you go to the next one.
I didn't worry about hunting every single flower.
Especially if you're looking specifically for trophies, you just do enough to get the trophy and move on to the next thing. Then you have the other method where you do everything as you progress through the story. And that's kind of the approach that I have taken with Ghost of Tsushima and also Spider-Man. Is I'm in Spider-Man, it's like, oh, I'm in Hell's Kitchen. Well, all these side quests and all this stuff is currently available in Hell's Kitchen, so I'm going to do all of that real quick in Hell's Kitchen. Then I continue progressing with to my next area.
Hmm.
I was
So-
expecting that to do more.
So there's pros and cons for doing it the second way.
Mhm.
because
I
you
always end
clear
up burning
everything.
myself out doing it that way.
You can burn yourself out doing it that way. The which does tend to happen.
There we go.
Or the
Now we got the kills.
I'll bring this to Yuriko. Make her eat it.
and the other way is where you just wait till the story's completely done. That way you can see everything they do.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I haven't really touched Spider-Man since I did plat the game. I will say that.
Yeah, that is the only issue I have with trying to go for 100% with some games. Is I found that if I 100% a game,
Yuriko.
the desire to go back to
Horses
finish
today.
the game drops.
She rolled off.
For
Yeah,
instance,
or even like if you have one big goal in mind, and you finish the big goal and you don't do the little goals, then you're like, well, I feel like I'm done.
Well,
because
well,
I've 100% like Kingdom Hearts 3, like 100% through and through. Where the entire, it's not Junie's journal in 3, it's the Gummy film, and that is maxed out. I have every single Keyblade, I have every single enemy type, all of that done. There's no sense of going back to that save
That
file
was
other
a
than like
thunder.
other than hey, look at my save file. I'm level 99 Sora. Let me go fight the final boss.
Wait, you mean that final boss is hard? It's a joke.
This horse. She can't be far.
Honestly, it's stuff like this in the game sometimes that makes me wonder what actually happens and just puts you in perspective. Boy.
yeah.
Oh, also your next dice roll is completely reset all of your equipment and equip something else.
So I guess in this case we'd have to change the skin of his weapons, but he has to change his gear.
Yeah, no, this would be a full gear change, armor and the equipment gears, like the whatever his bonuses are.
Yeah.
Completely drop the cosmetics of the mask and the helmet.
Yuriko!
Honestly, I'd say he looks good without the mask.
No, I never took time to come back to this place to take a picture of the Buddha statue.
I wonder if that's one of the hidden altars.
It could be.
You hurt?
It's interesting. When I was looking at the ad to figure out how many hidden altars. Yeah, there's only like 15 hidden altars in the game. Like, that's a lie. I will look at the ones that's like, you don't have this one, this one, or this one that I found. This list isn't complete.
I had to catch up.
I'm bringing you home.
My mother. I have to make an offering.
You do not.
Please. For all the times.
Okay, honestly, this part in the side quest is where it really begins to hit and become obvious that her memory
Is
isn't all
getting
there.
worse.
Yeah.
Don't push yourself.
Oh. So, I'm not,
Little
like,
slip
I haven't been
pond.
through, like, in any uh, ghosts, but I have no idea, like, what's happening, like,
Okay,
with
so
her.
basically, think of this lady. She's either like a really good aunt or like a grandma, and kind of helped raise him,
That's why you saw her.
especially after his dad died.
Hmm.
I mean, yes, you have his uncle, but she's been the one constant figure in his entire life. And so you come back to the estate, she's still there, and he's like, I need you to, show me how to make this poison with humans. It's like, the Saki house has never done that. It's like, well, times have changed. I need to do this only for the purpose of the war so I can, kill Mongols.
Hmm.
And she's like, she agrees to help. But when you get attacked by the Straw Hats, she thinks, oh no, it's the uprising or the rebellion that happened like 20 years ago.
Oh, so that's what they added. I know they added something to help find the collectibles faster, but I didn't realize what it was. That's actually quite
Wait, what
interesting.
is it?
So,
Oh, the
The
crickets
light
is
bulb.
gold as
so
well.
there was the firefly that showed up that led me to the cricket too.
Oh, okay.
Because I realized the firefly was lighting up every time my controller was vibrating. Because I did put on Traveler's Armor.
And
Wait,
so she's thinking it's that, and you have to reassure her. It's like, no, no, the rebellion's not happening. The Straw Hats are working for the Mongols. It's like, oh, okay.
So sick after
And now
all
you're here where she's like, I want to go see my mother.
we had already lost.
And then
oh,
she's reflecting on everything that has happened, and that,
Kazumasa,
and
listen.
she's losing her memory. She's tracking that you're there,
I made
but
him
she's not calling you. She's calling you Kazuza, Kazumaka,
we sat by
Your
his
father's
side
name.
the
Yeah,
whole
the father.
and not calling you Jen.
Do you remember?
Or Jen.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and she just slowly, progressively gets worse.
I'm so scared. So sad for little Jean. But I was so happy.
Super sad though.
Was that
Yeah,
Like, and so this is what we're talking about. Like, of all, the tragic things that happen, this one is the most different. And the three of us definitely be probably the most
when you taught
tragic
me how
one.
to ride?
Maybe because it's someone more
Carried me
intimate
out to the
to Jin
unseen
versus these strangers.
sunset
though
was
some of the stuff that happens in Screw Strangers are just
But
sad.
the emotional weight isn't there because they're just strangers. They're just, as the
Yeah.
game calls them, peasants.
Because what?
Peasants.
the best day of my life.
And then she just recounted the best day of her life.
Now what you see.
are you right? And our haiku?
I can see
No.
No,
I remember the war,
Oh,
a tragedy for all the clans.
you're telling her what you can see
there's some cunning.
from this vantage
You
point.
heard their sorrow.
Why do you say that?
You have many responsibilities. I am grateful for the time we shared.
Honestly, that white village right there in the bottom of my screen almost looks nice. Hey, look, can you also see a fox stand from here?
There's the temple.
oh yeah. Oh, there's your fox friend.
The secret pagoda.
Every new year, I pray there for you and little Jim and my family.
Jane is lucky.
I'm just gonna sit and enjoy the actual gameplay here for a second. Because this is the one, lads. This is the one.
Wait, so this is like close to the end of the game?
No.
No, we're not halfway yet as far as everything, but as far as the one that will punch you, this is the one that punches a lot of people, from what I
Yeah,
can
no,
tell.
this is the one that I actually cried.
Strengthen me.
I can
I
hear
can
it in your
hear,
voice.
Mighty.
yeah,
No more than dust before the reaper.
Because you sit there with her and she tells you to describe what you see, and you're going through this list, and then she's like,
I-
oh, that
I'm
just sounds so nice. And then
I'm trying not to cry on stream.
it, Jen looks at her, and Jen's like, well, tell me what you see. And she's gone.
And then just how the horse just comes up to you afterwards, like, you need this.
And by that point, I obviously know that's coming, but even still, even know it's coming, just the oh, tell me what you can see, and then she's just gone, and it's so sad and depressing. And, that's the only time I've ever cried at a video game,
Wait,
well, I
for
was
real?
telling my
for real.
sister and Rich this. I I don't cry often when I watch anime or a lot of shows in general. I mean, I get a little teary, or I come close with some shows with the emotion, but this anime
Well,
in particular just hit hard.
well,
Um,
I'm way
for
emotional.
uh, if you want a emotional roller coaster ride, or you want to stay away from it, then don't touch Your Lie in April if you haven't already.
Okay, my brother told me not to watch.
Just because it's not only an emotional roller coaster ride for you as the viewer, but it's an emotional roller coaster ride for the main character.
Oh,
Really good show though, but
Oh, it's a
it will collapse your soul.
yeah.
I had sort of dried tears in my eyes when I got done watching it.
I don't know unless you're just an emotionally heartless person. I don't know if it's possible
I
to
look at my sister.
oh,
She really doesn't cry when you with many things either.
well, I would say I cry a lot. Like I'm easy to cry.
you will be bawling your eyes out if you watch Your Lie in April. There's just no way around it. Um, for those wondering, short version premise of everything. Our main character Kosei, pianist prodigy at a young age, goes to any piano competition, first place, hands down, no questions asked. He just shows up and rocks the world.
Okay, so what are my things for my next combat? What are they again?
You know, honestly, I don't even remember what it was now. You go back and look at my list. You were supposed to change all of your armor.
I did
You did
that.
that already.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually forgot to restart the timer after that one. Still, let's pick one at random. No jumping.
Jumps
Doesn't
off
really
the
do
ho-
much for you, so.
Well, he could jump off the horse, and so if he had that ability unlocked, he couldn't do that.
Send your best warrior.
So going back to Your Lie in April, he just piano prodigy. Not a lot more to say about that. And then 2 years before we meet our main character, his mom died um, due to an illness, not explicitly stated, and his piano playing just goes down the toilet.
He just stops playing. Let's get the facts straight.
Yeah, completely.
Well, yeah, he stops playing, but like his like he goes from like a pro level to like a kid, just beating on the piano playing. And then he meets this girl who's a violinist, and it's like, I'm gonna have you be my accompanist to my violin competition. And then, yeah, that's all else I can say before I hit into more big spoilers. Just also fair warning though, you will hear some lines get repeated multiple times over, because that is the nature of those type of animes where they get playing and they say one line at least 3 times. You're like, okay, we get it. Move on.
Well, there's actually one year
That was a
that
beautiful kick.
like
Falcon
like
kick.
like
That's
like
what it
there was
felt like.
there was um pretty sure like a couple of years like I went to becoming like very good at art to being okay, but now I'm back to like where I was before.
Yeah. Honestly, though, with any skill, talent, whether it's art, whether it's playing a musical instrument,
Also, video games.
you have to keep at it.
You really have
Oh, yeah.
to. I played the piano when I was younger. I dropped it. I sat at the piano the other day and stopped playing. Okay, yes, I want to unlock this real fast.
I knew you'd find me, Sakai.
Sweet. I'm not gonna do that fight. There's a reason.
That is
Those.
for another stream.
Yes, I'm just unlocking
Yeah.
it right now so I can get to it easier.
Yeah, we're kind of coming towards the close of this one.
Yep.
Yes.
I also said I'll do all those fights in one stream.
Yes. So that means Spartan's gonna have some fun because he can set up the role for the Pacific fight, for the boss fight, and also if there's any time lapse between that, the stack on top of it.
Wait, so is this like gonna be like a bunch of dice rolls?
We'll
So
explain.
we roll the dice.
We'll explain what's going on with that in particular with that duel when he gets there.
Once.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was supposed
Once
to.
he gets there, that's all we're saying.
Running.
You're just gonna. Spartan is cackling at something.
Was it my next roll?
I mean, it maybe.
Is he jump off a cliff?
This time I actually had to get the other dice. We've got a 37-second freeze at the start of your next combat. I don't know why we keep getting either 35 or 37 for those freezes, except for the 1 7-seconder we had.
Alright, roll
Uh,
If you get the
two
timer, he's
6-sided
already like a
dice.
few seconds in. Oh, sorry. You gotta stay frozen.
Target
Those are
practice.
no moving.
Alright, has it been time yet? Oh no, he died.
That was
Yeah.
target practice, and hostages was killed.
Yep, so that one just basically was just a death sentence.
I
It was a
knew.
death. Well, okay. Now with freeze, it wasn't a total freeze. It was just a freeze, so he could still block, right?
No, that freeze is total freeze. Stand still is the partial freeze.
Well, I can actually block
Okay.
I could have blocked the arrows and still have been fine.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
not with freeze.
No,
No, no,
Freeze,
that
you gotta
was
put the
just
controller down.
that was.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
talking about
that's-
stand still.
Okay, then did I break? Okay, so in my stream Sunday, did I have a standstill?
Yes.
You had several stand stills and you had a couple freezes.
Okay, because
You had the freeze.
remember
The freeze
have-
was for the boss fight.
was for the boss fight.
Yeah, and you just stood still.
You had
Well, I
the
did do
stand
a block.
still. No,
I
you
did
had
do
stand
a
Yeah,
still,
and
which
then
you
we
did the
talked
block.
about it, and we were just kind of like, whatever, that one block happened, but
Yeah.
Just like I
That
just.
was, that was a freeze for like 35 seconds. I think is what it was.
I'm gonna say, imagine doing the dice roll in a survival game. That would be terrible.
honestly, for our list, it probably wouldn't work very well either. Because
We'll
Yeah.
our
have to
list,
create a different list for a survival game.
yeah, a survival, yeah, for that, it would probably,
Yeah. Yeah, like for different genres, they might require different dice rolls.
Well, for the most part, this list is pretty good for a lot of the action games that we're playing. We had to modify a little bit just recently with Ghost of Tsushima, just that way we can keep things going and interesting, just due to it being an open world game. And I know some people kind of complained about how like empty they feel like this Ghost of Tsushima is. Like, but what do you expect from a country or an island that's just been invaded? People just walking around, just all free like.
Ah,
So,
when your
people
army-
have been complaining about open world feeling too empty for decades. Like
Since
since the first open world, they've been like, open world feels a little empty. There is no winning with fan bases. There is no like
Yeah,
making it not feel
The
empty
Legend of
because all of these
Zelda.
open world games are post-apocalyptic. They all are.
yeah. So
But
Yeah,
like,
even with Ghost of Tsushima, I mean, I know it's technically not post-apocalyptic, but it's during a wartime. What do you expect?
Yeah, it's practical post-apocalyptica.
well, like this is my point of view. Like, first of all, like I really don't care much. Like if like some areas are like empty and all. It's just what really stands out to me is like how everything around you looks. Like, sure, yeah, it's empty, but it looks beautiful.
one
Yeah.
one post-apocalyptic open world game that doesn't feel empty is just The Legend of Zelda.
Well, no,
Yeah.
people complained that one felt empty.
I
People said,
Like,
"Wow, this is like the emptiest game I've ever played. There's nothing here."
State your business. I'm not a
I feel like
Just
rodent.
there's
wait
something
till they get
happening.
to the island.
A samurai?
I feel like there's something like you can always run into a group of enemies within like 5-10 minutes easy, if that.
No, I'm just talking about the original Legend of Zelda.
Oh, you're going
Oh, like old school.
back.
Every time you hopped on the screen, you had monsters or something to kill to fight. Something was always moving on the screen.
Hmm.
Now, you want to talk about an empty open world for the most part? Pick up Death Stranding.
Yeah, no.
I want to say Fallout 76.
That one's a weird category because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like a weird. It's supposed to be like an MMO at the same time.
I know you're right.
I'm with the Ronins. I must wear a Ronin outfit.
So
Well,
I feel like Death Stranding really showcase like because you end up learning in Death Stranding where enemy types are at, and that's where they stay at. And yes, you're in an area, and like you will eventually go into those enemy type locations, but they're set.
and that is true.
Lord Sakai. This is
Though
really
for the
something.
purposes of what Kojima was going for, to me, I think he delivered what he was after with Death Stranding. But once again, it falls under the same thing that happens with a lot of open world games. It has that empty feeling, but I feel like Kojima used that
So long as you abide by that same rule. Now please.
for a
Yeah,
storytelling
no, like
purpose as well.
you get these post-apocalyptic games that are open world. The whole point of the game is there's nothing. So you're traveling from point to point, and there's nothing in between. You know, little enemy fights here and there, but Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild falls under the same category of there's nothing there, because everything died when Ganon came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been 100 years. What do you expect?
Yeah, 100 years of plant life and animals coming back, and you get very few humans. I mean, humans over 100 years.
I have a message
Yeah.
for
That's
you.
not a whole lot of repopulation.
So here, should I pick up the quest now, explaining about the samurais, or should I pick it up when I'm actually gonna do the?
Pick it up when you're going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll save
So
that
if
one.
you,
Yeah.
so honestly, I think we're at a perfect
Yeah.
point to stop because he is in between picking up a mythic quest, and he's also picking at a point to pick up a main story quest. So he's got a thing to think about: is he going to do the mythic quest or is he going to do the main story? Either way, if he does mythic, that's almost
That's gonna be practically a complete stream.
like I said, it's almost
Yeah.
a
It
complete stream.
unless I want to go in and unlock each dual space off stream, so it's just a simple boss rush.
That is the decision that you're going to have to make.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Because that is what my plan was, is to have all those places already unlocked, so we just bounce from one fight to the next fight, which would be quite entertaining to do.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So then I would suggest before you pick that up, sometime before your next ghost stream, unlock all those locations
Oh yeah.
so you can be as close to them as possible. because honestly, who doesn't love a good boss rush?
And I think I'm probably walking in with almost no resolve, no resolve going in the fight, so that's gonna be fun.
Yep, and it's going to be a triple roll dice attack.
Yeah, why not?
3 effects
Um,
per fight.
Sounds good on me.
Roll.
Alright,
First
guys.
roll. First
Uh,
roll. You have to die.
Oh. You're starting to robot just a little bit, but I heard you there.
Just heads up with the upcoming again. Sunday is Kingdom Hearts 2. Monday is multiplayer Monday. It will not be Killing Floor. Most likely it could be Risk of Rain 2. It could be another game. It comes down to what Red Renegade wants to do. And then, like we mentioned before, hit the bell with Ghost of Tsushima, since right now Wednesday nights are no longer free for me to stream it. So hit that bell to find out when Ghost of Tsushima is going to be. And as always, guys, stay salty.